Hello everybody and welcome to episode 9 of the Unnamed SPA podcast. No silly title this time because this month, September 2025, marks 10 years since I've been making audiobooks for you lovely people. Thank you for your support over the years. I'm here with my lovely wife Alice.
Hello.
And today we're going to be answering audience feedback. We've got a couple of interesting questions and some of what we've been reading, which is a little odd this month, for me anyway. So without any further ado, shall we head straight into the audience feedback?
Yeah, let's do.
I love this first one. I can't wait for your reading of it.
You put the pressure on now. So this feedback is from Reza7918 on The Time Machine. Horrible.
Horrible. That's it. One word. Thank you. Thank you for being so succinct. Yeah.
Look,
he just thinks I'm horrible.
we don't.
That's all right.
He might mean the story's horrible. He doesn't necessarily mean you.
Maybe. My ego is such that I always assume it's going to be me, though.
True. But, you know. It's,
Thank you, Reza.
Yeah,
I'm sure you won't hear this.
Not if he thinks you're so horrible.
Yeah. So a plague on your house. He won't be listening.
Next is a comment from The Kitsman on Around the World in 80 Days. Tim Williams is great. Does he have his own channel?
This is related to the next one as well, so we'll jump straight onto that, hey?
Next comment is from My Name is Mud, and the comment is, I love the work you gentlemen do. Thank you for your efforts.
Yes. Now, these two are related because I got sick of waiting for Tim to create a YouTube channel, so I made one for him and then gave him all the sign-in details and all that sort of thing. So you can... I agree Tim Williams is great. And he now does have his own YouTube channel where you can find all the SPA audiobooks in which he has been involved, including, of course, Around the World in 80 Days, the Tim Williams Red audiobook. And you can find him on YouTube as Tim Williams White Rabbit, commemorating his first big role for SPA, being the White Rabbit in Alice in Wonderland.
There you go.
Yeah.
You didn't want to go Tim Williams O'Brien?
No, I don't want to scare people away.
So it could be confusing. Maybe they think that's his name.
They might. Also, he was very scary in that book. So yeah, no, maybe White Rabbit might be better, I think. Yeah.
Cool. Next is from Jacket Dude on
All right,
1984.
Jacket Dude.
This is far better than some AI-generated reading, in quotes. Amazing voice work and sound effects.
My second favourite type of comment. AI sucks, we're better. Yes, I agree. My favourite, of course, being we've made people want to read more. That's brilliant. But yeah, thank you very much. I cannot possibly express how much I hate AI.
It does suck.
It should not be in the arts.
No.
In the sciences, by all means.
It has its place. Like, I totally
Absolutely.
agree. It has its place, but not in art.
Yeah, no. Set it to sifting through 1 billion different points of data, which is what it's really good at and what should be doing. Yeah, anyway.
Last comment on Around the World in 80 Days. Chapter 15 specifically. Always have a carpet bag full of cash on hand.
Right?
I mean, fair point, right?
That's just good advice for life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Always, if you can, have a carpet bag full of cash.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Handy.
Yeah. I'm quite enjoying that story, I have to say.
It's good fun.
Yeah.
It's a rollicking good time, as
It
they
is
say.
jolly good. So let's move on to our next section, shall we? And
Yes.
what are we reading? And what are you reading, Alice?
I have just finished reading one of my birthday books. I always like to get books for my birthday, so this year I was given a few by my wonderful husband.
Yes, that's me.
The first one I got, he let me have it a few days early, well, actually a few weeks early.
I'm very bad at keeping presents secret. I'm really, like, as soon as I get them, I have to be like, I've got you a present. But my birthday's not for 7 months. Yeah, I got it already, though.
And then he sits and has a little chuckle about it to himself every other day, reminding me that he's got a present until he gives in and actually gives me the present.
Yeah, because I cannot keep it a secret. I'm really bad at it. So I was glad, actually, that you asked for several different books this time so I could, like, give you one and then try and keep the other ones sort of hidden, even though you told me what books to get you, so they weren't secret at all.
Not at all a surprise. Yeah. But I can still be happy at getting the books.
Yeah.
The other two are sitting here waiting me to start. Yes, very looking forward to them. Anyway,
So which one did you read already?
The first one that I already read was The Staircase in the Woods by Chuck Wendig.
You've mentioned Chuck
I
a
have
time or two before.
Spoken about Chuck before. I'm a recent convert to Chuck. Very much enjoying what I've read. I'm now on, what do you say, like an Insta buy. As soon as he releases a new book, I'll get it. So he's definitely up the top of my list.
Yep. Unfortunately, all of my Insta buys are dead, so I'm not going to... I would! Oh my God. I mean, especially if they released one after they're dead, I'd be like, what? How did that... I'd buy that right away. How did that happen? And then it's like...
Well, unfortunately, when that usually happens, it means their estate has found some half-finished manuscript and gone, we're going to release this.
Yeah, we found some crap that they thought wasn't good enough, and we're going to make a few extra bucks. Yeah.
So that is unfortunately not usually good news.
No. There's a bunch of Pratchett around, apparently.
Half-finished, in progress. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. I mean, he was such a prolific writer that he would have had so much on the go at once.
Yeah. And I know his daughter is a writer.
I think she
wrote
games or something.
Yeah, she wrote a Tomb Raider game.
There you go.
I think one of the Lara Croft series. Lara Croft.
Yes. Yeah. Well, anyway, so maybe it's with Chuck Wendig's work. I find maybe it's because I read a lot of older books and don't read a lot of new releases, especially books as they are released. But everything sounds so like current, like of the times, like slang and way things are said and stuff like that.
Bodacious, dude. Let's go rip the curls.
Well, my concern is that in like 10 years, 20 years, it's going to sound like that to people reading it.
What do you mean sound like that? I was being as relevant as I possibly can. That's up to date for Steve.
Yeah.
Rad.
From the 90s.
Radical, dude.
30 years ago.
Yeah.
So I do have a bit of concern that it's going to feel very dated down the line. But I still enjoy it. Like, that doesn't take away from me enjoying the work. That's just a little thing that in the back of my head as I'm reading it, I'm like, oh, is that going to age well?
Yeah.
We'll see.
I don't know, brah.
But also, like, you know, it's good to document the way things actually are at this point in time. And it means
Well, we've been talking a little bit about this sort of thing during Tim Pod, right? When we keep hitting all these, you know, terms from, 100 years ago. It's like, oh, that was very different. And even, like, sometimes it's the same word, but with a completely different meaning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, Tim Pod's the Invisible Man, of course, which is described as a grotesque romance. And we had to look up the meaning of both grotesque and romance for the time when we were looking into that.
But if you heard grotesque romance now, you'd think some weird kinky shit was going on, wouldn't you? Like someone's fetish.
That's it. I want a grotesque romance. Ew.
You know, like that's what you would think now. But
I mean, you do you, bro. I don't want to kink shame you, but
100 years ago, very different meaning.
That's right. You can check into Tim Pod for free on Patreon if you want to hear more about that. So back to Chuck.
So it's a horror story, and it's got quite a few similarities, I felt, to the horror game Layers of Fear. Which
can I swear?
Yes.
Fuck that game.
Well,
that scared the shit out of me.
We started playing that game and we did not finish playing that game.
It was too scary.
Because it was too scary.
Yeah.
Because horror games can go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
Horror games are the worst.
They are the worst.
Horror movies are bad, but not as bad as horror games.
No, because you're in the bloody movie. You're in the story. You're taking part. It's horrible.
And I don't know how you feel about horror books, but I generally don't find horror books to be scary.
I think I've talked about the one time I read a horror book, and that was only scary because some local boys decided to bang on the side of my room when I was reading it at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, I don't tend to get scared by books. It's more of an intellectual, like, yes, I can see that would be scary, or that is a messed up situation, or this is creepy.
And you read quite a lot of Stephen King, right?
I do, and I was just going to say that there's only been a couple of times I've been, like, genuinely, like, you know, your hairs raise on the back of your neck and you'd start looking around behind you when I've been reading a book. And one of those was a Stephen King book, in The Shining.
Right.
When Danny's, like, the topiary animals, that scene, if you've read The Shining, I was freaked out by that.
I don't think I've ever actually read it. I've only
watched the movie?
seen the film, which he hated, right? I
think maybe he had some issues with it, but I'm not actually sure what his feelings are.
Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, that I was creeped out by that. And then in House of Leaves, there was some bits there that had me, like, really weirded out.
Yeah. But some kind of grotesque romance. No, I just, sorry.
No. House of Leaves, that's a book we should talk about sometime.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
It's a cool book. Some House of Leaves-y concepts going on in Staircase in the Woods as well. So it's, a really, really good book. I enjoyed it, powered through it. Nice and creepy, got some cool concepts going on, interesting characters. Go read it.
But it can't have been too scary. You were mostly reading it in bed just before you went to sleep, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet dreams, kiddies. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, my turn.
Yeah, what are you reading?
What are we reading? Well, I, at the moment, am performing on stage for the first time in 7 years or so, back since Frankenstein in 2018. And I wasn't actually sure if I wanted to step back on the stage, but it's Pratchett. So I really didn't have a choice. This city, Dunedin, in which we live, does a lot of, like, Shakespeare and other serious dramatic works and stuff like that. But as soon as I saw auditions for a Terry Pratchett play, I was like, well, I don't even care which one it is. I have to do it.
It's kind of a requirement.
It is.
I think.
It is.
Because, I mean, back in 2005, I was sitting in Little Old Adelaide.
Yeah.
Saw an ad in the paper, auditions, Terry Pratchett play.
Yeah.
And I went along.
Yeah.
I met someone there.
Yeah. Some Burke.
Some idiot.
Yeah. Some egomaniacal douchebag.
Yeah.
Who eventually married.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how we met.
We met because of Pratchett.
People. Because of Pratchett. That's right. He established the greatest relationship of my life. With my audience and my critics, who I adore, and also my wife.
He gets like this when he's around theatre.
I know. I enjoyed that way too much. No, I mean, he did, like, launch my whole career. I would be doing nothing but Pratchett audiobooks if I could, but legally not allowed to, obviously.
Yeah.
But I love Pratchett. Like, he really did launch everything. I don't know how far we want to go into this, but I was sitting alone in a room as an absolute loser with no goals, no aims, no ambition, no nothing, doing nothing but playing computer games all day, wasting my life away until a chance search brought me to the local theatre company doing Terry Pratchett plays, and that started everything for me. So Terry's got a real permanent place in my heart, as one of my best authors. Anyway, this one in particular is Lords and Ladies, one of the books based around the witches of Lancre. It's set about a royal wedding, which has been on the cards for a few books by this point. I play Mostram Ridcully, the Discworld's preeminent wizard and Arch-Chancellor of Unseen University, travelling from England. That is the voice I do.
Yes. I can verify that.
Yeah.
It's true.
So I would have been Brian Blessed for the whole thing, but my throat couldn't take that for 3 weeks every night, so I can't do it. He's travelling from Ankh-Morpork, the largest city on the Discworld, to the tiny kingdom of Lancre, near where he grew up, and he's there to attend this wedding. Affairs are complicated by the arrival of elves, which are not so much the Tolkienian high fantasy tree-hugging, long-lived magical pretty folk, but more the original Celtic, horribly twisted, otherworldly creatures of dark magic. I mean, they're still hot, but, they'll steal your babies and poison your food, so maybe how pretty they are is not the first thing you should be paying attention to. Battles abound and inner strength is found, and rude mechanicals put on silly plays while very drunk in the countryside, and the whole thing is a lot of fun. And personally, I'm very much enjoying being in a comedy again, albeit one with very dark undertones. But I like to be silly, I like to amuse, I like to get laughs from a live audience, which is something I've really missed while making audiobooks. I love my work, I love my audience, but a real life group of people paying to come and watch you perform is always going to be a bit special, Plus, Alice came and saw it the other night and she said I was cute and funny. And getting a review like that from your wife who has to put up with you all day, every day, is worth about 1 billion actor points. So, yeah, that's good. You did like it, right?
I did, yes.
Yeah,
You've asked me that 100 times since I
just
saw
checking,
it, but yes,
just checking.
I did like it.
I'll tell you, it's very strange being in a new city, though, and a new country. I spent, 15 years, something more than that, anyway, building up like a reputation in Adelaide. And I did have a reputation amongst the people who followed such things. It's not like I was being inundated by requests for my autograph while walking down the street, but like the people who were in the theatre community of Adelaide mostly knew who I was and, all that sort of stuff. But here, I'm a no-name nobody starting from square one, and it's really odd doing that at 50 years old. When I've already had like an established career and that sort of thing. But, there you go.
Yeah.
All in all, I'm having a lot of fun though. I do like the book. I love The Witches of Lancre. I love that sort of series of Pratchett plays, Discworld. Granny Weatherwax is one of my favourite characters on the Discworld. She's pretty awesome. And I think that I am going to do more plays in future, particularly if people choose to do more Pratchett.
Are you going to do some drama or just comedy?
I don't know. I mean, I did initially say that I only wanted to do comedy because, like, I've done a lot of drama in the past, but nowadays, with the world in the state it's in, I kind of think if you're going to manipulate people, pick them up, make them feel better, make them laugh, give them a good night at the theatre. And also it makes me feel better. Drama costs a lot. If you're taking it seriously, it's a heavy weight on your soul when you're performing it properly. So I was like, I'd rather avoid that if I possibly can. But then we had like one night where the audience was a bit dead and it didn't play very well, and we got a review in which I was not mentioned at all, which was a dagger to my fucking heart, let me tell you. I am not used to that. It has been I don't think I've ever done a play where I wasn't even mentioned, Not since 2004 when I first stepped onto the stage. Anyway, it's a new city. You have to get used to how they do things. But because, that sort of hit me so hard, it's like, comedy is difficult as well. When it goes well, it's great. There's no better feeling in the world except maybe performing music on stage, which is fantastic. But when it goes badly, comedy is, it'll kick you. It'll kick you where it hurts. So, yeah, maybe I'll do some drama. Maybe. We'll see.
You said there's a lot of Shakespeare. Maybe some Shakespeare?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm getting on a bit, 50 years old, which actually sort of opens you up to some of the more interesting Shakespearean characters. The great kings, of course. I always wanted to do Henry II, which is pretty funny for a Shakespearean drama. I quite like it. I think someone's planning to do Macbeth this year. That would be heavy and evil, and you probably wouldn't want to be around me for 3 months because I'm going to be in a very dark place. But that could be good. And I've always wanted to play King Lear, of course, because that's just a great role. Yeah. Yeah. So maybe we'll see. I don't know though. There's a huge barrier with Shakespeare, which is the language, you know, and you tend to just get sort of Shakespeare type people coming along to watch Shakespeare. You don't get a lot of
But
like normal folks.
it seems like from what we've seen, their audiences for the Shakespeare they've done have been pretty good.
That's true. That's true.
So there is a market for it, I guess.
So
That's the
we'll
word.
see. We'll see. Next section, eh?
Yeah.
Coming up. What's coming up?
What is coming up?
Well, Around the World continues, of course, for the free-to-air audience, while the paid audiences are on Chapter 4 of The Invisible Man when this podcast comes out, as well, of course, as Tim Pod, the Invisible Man companion podcast. And I really think we're hitting the stride with that one. I edited episode 4 to go with Chapter 4 this week, and it was pretty bloody funny. I enjoyed it. There was some questionable material that I had to leave in because it was just too funny to delete. Yeah. So there you go. And it's not just funny, of course. It's got some pretty interesting insights into the story itself and the production of the audiobooks. So I hope there's something for everyone in there.
I hope so. It's fun to make it. You know, if people enjoy
It's the first podcast you've ever run, right? Because you're producing that one.
Yeah, I hope that people do enjoy it. Would be good to get some feedback, folks, to see if you're actually liking it or not, and whether we do it for more books, whether that's ones that are done in the future, or we go back and look at some of the earlier books. Both are options, but
that could be fun.
Only if you're listening to it. So you've got to let us know you're listening.
That's right.
Otherwise, you won't get it.
And you can find that for free on Patreon. You just have to sign up on there. And I think I'm remembering to put links to each episode on Patreon into the YouTube videos. So even in the future, when the free-to-air audience is listening to The Invisible Man, they should still get easy access in the descriptions.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's it for coming up.
Cool.
Move on to audience questions. We haven't got many, but there's some interesting ones. So before we roll out, let's have a few of them, eh?
Okay, Ava Rothenstein on Around the World in 80 Days, on Chapter 14. Do you mind sharing what programs you use to record and edit your videos?
Not at all. I use Audacity for recording, which is free and excellent. You could search on Google for Audacity. It really is a great recording program. And I use various versions of SoundForge for the master editing and Premiere Pro for the final sound effects and video edit. I don't know if I'd recommend SoundForge. It's a little bit crashy and dodgy. It does what I want it to do, but there might be better software out there. They're just the ones that I'm used to. And if you are interested in that sort of thing, the behind-the-scenes stuff, you can always sign up to the Steve Parker Audiobooks 2 channel on YouTube, which covers a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff and a lot of the live streams of recording and editing and that sort of thing. Yeah.
Speaking of live streams, this comment was on the short you posted explaining why the live streams have stopped. Have you tried turning it off and back on again?
Yes.
Fair enough.
No, that comment did amuse me a lot. I was a big fan of the IT crowd back in the day, of course, and that was the main character whose name I cannot remember at the moment. That was the first thing he always said. It was actually how he answered the phone when people were calling down to complain that their computers weren't working. I'd say, "Hello, my name's blah. Have you tried turning it off and on again?" So yeah, very funny. Yes. Very funny.
But that's all fixed now anyway, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. Just arbitrarily from out of the blue, it started working again. So
mostly now the live stream's not happening because you've been busy with the play.
That's right.
But that's 2 more weeks and then maybe some live streams again.
I haven't actually tested the microphone on the webcam, which I use for the recording live streams. But hopefully that's working as well. Yeah. I'll give that a test at some point. Anyway, that's it for this episode. We'll be back with more next month. Feel free to send in your favourite audiobooks and readers, your comments, complaints and questions about SPA projects, and we'll endeavour to get to them all. Thanks everyone for generously supporting the arts that you love. All the best from me and mine to you and yours. We'll see you next time. Bye, 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 bye.
Bye.
Bye. Farewell! That was Rid Kelly.
That was Brian Blessed. I'm pretty sure Brian Blessed's right behind you.
Gordon's alive! Chiswick, fresh horses! Love Brian Blessed.